Hey everyone, Zig here. Today, we're diving into everything revealed during the special live event held by Capcom yesterday, titled Monster Hunter Wilds, Pre-Launch Community Update. Hosted by the game's director, Yuya Tokuda, alongside community managers Jono and Joe, the live stream brought us tons of exciting updates about the feedback from the open beta, improvements, and changes we can expect in the final release. Let's break it all down. To start, Tokuda highlighted how the open beta served not only as a technical test, but also as a way to gauge community reception. One of its main goals was to test the crossplay functionality, which explains why the beta took place so far ahead of the game's launch. Performance improvements were a key focus, and we've already seen significant progress in this area. On the PS5, the performance mode reaches 60 frames per second at 1080p, but may experience minor dips in areas with heavy loading. Meanwhile, the quality mode targets 4K at 30 frames per second. PS5 Pro players can also expect a Day 1 update to further enhance performance. The Xbox Series X mirrors the PS5 configurations, while the Xbox Series S runs at 1080p and 30 FPS. As for PC, Tokuda confirmed that the final version is much more stable than the beta. They've optimized the game enough to lower the minimum system requirements, allowing players with weaker PCs to enjoy it at launch. They're even considering releasing a benchmark tool ahead of time. Moving on to gameplay adjustments and weapon changes, the feedback from the beta played a major role in shaping improvements. Friendly fire was a big topic of discussion. To make the game more accessible for newcomers, they reduced the impact of attacks that cause players to stagger. For instance, the hammer no longer launches allies into the air, though it still causes them to fall to the ground. Additionally, the shockproof jewel introduced in Sunbreak will now be available in Wilds, completely negating friendly fire effects both for you and your teammates. When it comes to weapons, significant buffs and tweaks were implemented. Insect Glaive. Aerial combat is making a strong comeback, with buffs to Kinsect extracts, increased damage for aerial attacks, and a more intuitive counterattack move. Lance. Defensive gameplay has been enhanced with smoother transitions from guarding to combos and a new attack after perfect or power guarding. Switch Axe. They refined the transition from axe to sword mode and boosted the damage of powerful attacks like the full release slash, which now grants power armor during execution. Sword and Shield. The overall damage has been improved, including that of Perfect Rush. The Rising Slash can now be used while blocking, and mobility and dodge effectiveness were also increased. However, not all weapons got buffs. Some were rebalanced. Bow. Focus mode now only applies a wound to one area at a time, instead of multiple spots simultaneously. The damage from tracking arrows was also reduced, as the weapon was deemed overpowered compared to others. Hunting Horn. Buff durations have been shortened, and their effectiveness is slightly reduced when switching weapons. That said, the core functionality of the Hunting Horn remains intact for its dedicated users. An exciting addition is the revamped skill system tied to weapon upgrades. Weapons will now gain additional default skill points as they're improved, with a chance to unlock extra skills as well. For example, they showcased a great sword with speed sharpening level 1 that gained critical eye level 1 upon being upgraded. This opens up intriguing possibilities for endgame builds. Interestingly, some skills have been streamlined. Speed sharpening now has only 2 levels, and critical eye has been reduced to a maximum of level 5. While this could make build optimization easier, it remains to be seen whether the skills retain their original effectiveness or if their impact has been scaled back. As for another beta, Tokuda confirmed that there are no plans for another open beta before launch. Still, the details shared during this live event give us a clear picture of how the game is shaping up to cater to both veteran hunters and newcomers alike. These were the major updates from the live stream, and they seem incredibly promising. Capcom is clearly listening to community feedback to deliver the best possible experience with Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these updates excites you the most? Do you think the weapon changes will satisfy the majority of players? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fellow hunters. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.